Hey, my name is Pranav and I'm a sophomore at Lafayette High School. Today I'm going to be answering prompt 7. So question A that you guys asked was, are there any places in the world which are sacred to your religion? Have you been there? From what you hear, what does it or how might it feel to go there? So my answer is Hinduism is like a very complex religion. So there aren't many like quote sacred places in the world. However, there are like some basic places that have like a lot of meaning and symbolism to us. Of those are like Mathura and Vrindavan, where Lord Krishna was born. Lord Krishna is an avatar for Lord Vishnu. And Lord Krishna is like a appearing entity that happens in many different sacred stories or mythological stories. And another one of that is the Kurukshetra, which was the battlefield for the famous war of Mahabharata. So Vrindavan and Mathura are important because they tailored Krishna. They made him like the moral figure he is. And Krishna, once again, is he appears in all moral lessons that we learn. And Mahabharata also entails Krishna. It's where Krishna actually taught Arjuna, who was a warrior battling like an internal moral dilemma. Krishna actually taught him like, this is what you have to do. This is the dharma, and like these are like he basically set out the moral floor plan for him. Now, question B of your guys' asks, what are some of the sacred objects in your religion or culture? How do you interact with them, and do you own, use, or use any sacred objects? So, we have many sacred objects, but among these, I'm going to talk about books because we really value knowledge. The two main books, or two main like objects we have are Bhagavad Gita and the Vedas. So we own and interact with it. Like my family personally, we read a chapter or a story lesson of the Bhagavad Gita every day, and then a page of the Vedas. Every day in the morning we do Sandhya, which is like cooling ourselves, like coming down, saying, okay, this is what I have to do today. And then in the evening, afternoon, we do Havan. And Havan is where we like go devote to God. And yeah. So generally in Havan we read the Veda and the Bhagavad Gita. So that's just my family. Obviously other families may do other things with the Bhagavad Gita and Vedas, but mainly we always on a daily basis we read and interact with it. Now question C was, are there people that you or your community sees as holy in history now? So right now, not really, because as we all know, the caste system is abandoned. So there's no true distinction between who is what and who is what else. But in the past, as you guys read, there was a caste system, and with the caste systems, we saw Brahmins to be holy because they specialized in like interacting with God and like interpreting what God says and like what he's trying to tell us. So in the past, very past, we believe that Brahmins are like quote holy. And question D asks, are there sacred times in your religion or culture, and how do you observe them, your family, your friends? Is there an agreement or a range of ways to observe them? So there's like a basic fundamental, like not time, but like days of the week where we say that like God comes to our homes. That is like Tuesday and Friday. So there are certain things we can't do, and like on Tuesday and Friday, of those are like clipping nails and washing our hairs. And there are a range of ways to like communicate with God, come closer to God. Among those is, once again, my family does Havan. I know many other friends who do puja to Lord Krishna, and many other like different lords, Lord Shiva, Ganesha. So there are a lot of different ways to observe them. So then the question you asked us is, we know that the Vedas is a very sacred text, but how often do you read it and why? In class, we learned about India. Do you have one specific place that is sacred to you? Me and my family, we read the Vedas every day because it's what we do. And other families don't necessarily have to do it. It's not required, but like other families may do puja or meditation, yoga, bhajan. So these are all like very different ways, but some family, you're not necessarily required to read the Vedas. I do it every day because my family does it every day, and yeah. So You also ask, we learned in class how puja rituals and how it's all meditate and able to connect to sound, taste, and senses. How common do you do puja and how do you practice it? So, practicing puja is like, there's like a core like map of it. Like these are what you basically do in pujas, but like you also expand on those basics. For example, like you'd have prayer to the god, you'd have like offering to the god, then you'd have like prasadam that you eat, and then you'd have your meal. That's like the basic like structural plan of it. And then obviously there are like different mantras, different pujas for different gods or different forms of god. And one question I have for you is, do you guys have any like do's or don'ts when you pray to God? Like, are there certain things you can do and certain things you can't do? That's one main question I had. Anyways, nice talking to you guys. Hope to hear back from you.